So
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I was.
Who does that?
You know, yeah.
Why does it smell in here?
I never thought about like that. Yeah. So I was like,
And then So I was at Putt Putt's Palace, and Adam Sandler came up to me and told me just to tap it in. And I was like,
Uh,
"You're gonna die, clown."
then you swung your putter as hard as you could at him and knocked his nose off.
He dodged it, and it bounced back and hit me in the nose.
Yeah.
That's why I have this big red nose. And then he called me a clown.
A classic moment.
In cinema history.
Yeah. So you're in Happy Gilmore too, right? Is that what you're trying to say? You
I'm
just
an extra.
spoiled it for us.
I'm a certain like circus personality.
Yeah. They go back to a mini golf place and they recreate the clown scene with a real person. And Happy Gilmore commits like murder on like an actual person.
That's the scene. They just
Yeah.
need someone to stand in.
And that scene wasn't acting either. That was actually Adam Sandler.
Yeah, they gave me a
murdering
script. It was blank. It just said, just stand there.
Yeah. Sir, your line was like, can you move out of the way? Not go and murder that guy. Get like 25 to life or whatever it is.
Not if you're Adam Sandler.
Anyway.
This is the like Happy Gilmore, literally, podcast.
Yeah.
Where we do all the news for anything Gilmore related.
Happy Gilmore, Gilmore Girls.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Would you like to start?
Yeah.
Jamie?
My name is Jamie.
And I'm Vic. And this is the Bachelor podcast.
Yeah, we've covered all the Gilmore.
Yeah, we're done with that. Now it's the Bachelor.
I wanted to talk about it because I watched the movie recently, and the announcement of the second one got me super pumped up. So that's why. But there is Bachelor news. I guess we should get to that. I think first off, it's been like a week or so since the news I think came out, but the announcement
Not to me.
of yeah, you're very out of the loop.
Yeah, I've not heard about a couple of these.
Like even like hulaing, you can't like
Whoa.
you take a loop and you just like turn it into like a triangle and like you play like horseshoe with it. Like what do I do with this?
Yeah, there is no loop here.
Yes, the announcement for our first Golden Bachelorette is Joan from
Whoa.
Gary's season.
That's pretty cool.
Were you okay?
I was expecting Teresa, but I guess Joan will work.
Okay, that is the thing. I was almost like curious, like with the unfortunate Gary divorce news. Teresa is seemingly single. I mean, unless she's already like
yeah, most likely.
But are you surprised with Joan as the pick, and also just your overall, like, how do you feel about her as the choice?
I feel like she's a decent pick.
I agree.
Probably not like my top picks.
But is that as far as like preference, or is it more of just like, did you think it was going to be someone else?
Both.
Okay.
I think like Sandra or
I do love Sandra.
Susan.
Susan, great, yeah.
Or
Well, they've just been
Faith
Faith too, yeah. Faith
would have been like the
even-
top picks.
and Leslie as well.
Yeah,
Like,
Leslie.
I'm a little bit curious though, because like all of them have, well, at least for sure Sandra and Susan and Kathy as well, but also Leslie. Like I think they were all on like the end of Joey's season of The
Right.
Bachelor. They were like giving advice and stuff. So they've very much been in like they've constantly been in the loop. They know how to hula.
Yeah. They're coming around again and again and again, which
Like-
is good. I like that.
I was thinking that like it was going to be one of them, but I wasn't disappointed with Joan. I would
Yeah,
say
no.
like it was like a surprise though for me, just because like, yeah, these other ones have been constantly still on our screens, and
And
Joan,
relevant.
yeah, Joan was well liked, and I thought she had a great showing on Gary's season, but she really wasn't on it for all that long.
Yeah, no, she wasn't.
Like she like maybe half the season, if honestly, I thought she was gone by like the fourth episode or something.
Yeah, it did seem quick.
But she stood out while she was there, and I think she seems like she has a lot of poise, very I don't know, just like
Yeah, good
thoughtful.
character.
Yeah. It does make me curious, did they not want like someone with like more Sandra or Susan personality, where they are very much like
They take up the screen. They
Yeah.
take up, the
Yeah.
whole conversation.
And it wasn't that like Gary wasn't like fun or whatever, but I totally could see why they chose Gary. He was like kind of like the perfect pick, at least for the like first ever Golden
Yeah,
Bachelor.
definitely.
Like he set a pretty high bar. But it's like, I don't have necessarily the same exact expectations for the Golden Bachelorette either, though. Like I still kind of like, my expectations for like Bachelor and Bachelorette are not quite the same. I always like have things that I like, I don't want to say expect, but I like kind of like more about one in the other compared to like the other one.
Right. Such as.
I think, well, and I think they also seem to cast based off this too, but the Bachelorettes always seem to be like more mature than the like Bachelors, like 90%
Yeah, I
of the
could definitely
time.
see that. Definitely.
Because like past few Bachelors, Joey aside, because I think Joey is a good exception, where he overall was very good and likable and safe.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
like past few Bachelors before that have been like, bro, what are you doing? And
brought
that's
this guy
fun
in?
though too. Like
Yeah.
it is fun.
To break the mold, to have some like wild character.
Yeah, but it's also like, sorry, I don't have much faith in you or your like
Yeah,
potential relationship.
You don't become confident that any of this will actually amount to anything, work out.
Yeah, okay, that's a good way to put it. I feel like more confident and have higher expectations for a legitimate relationship coming from the Bachelorettes when they are the ones, making the decisions, and it's their journey compared to the like Bachelors, because they just don't have like a great track record, at least again like the past few years. Whereas like the Bachelorettes, I think Charity was good. It was before Charity. I think it was like, yeah, okay. Well, but I don't know. They have a different approach to it, I think, than like the guys do. And I appreciate that. I like that it feels like a different show, honestly, still. Like The Bachelor compared to Bachelorette. And I'm hoping that's kind of what the Golden Bachelorette will be too.
Yeah, a different show than the Golden Bachelor.
But that's the thing, though, is that from the Golden Bachelor, we were also just expecting or hoping, and it did pretty well deliver this, but was like a just more mature, responsible, wise approach from the lead.
Yeah, and I did think it achieved
And
that really well.
Yeah. And it did. And yeah, I think just the golden aspect makes me think that. But yeah, I always think that the women, the like Bachelorettes, do a better job with that anyway. So I'm curious, like, is Joan gonna like top Gary? Is it like, how would that
would
even like
hope.
work?
Oh, I think I have faith she'll outdo Gary.
Are you worried it might be boring though? Because Joan does seem very, I don't know, just like very well put together.
Yeah, I guess it really depends on the cast.
That is true. I think it always, like pretty much always depends on the cast.
Yeah, definitely. And the fact that it is shorter in length, I feel like even if it is more mundane, it's still better to watch.
That is true. But that brings up another thing. Did you hear that they are, for the Golden Bachelorette, the episodes are going to be 90 minutes now, though, instead of just an hour.
Because it's that they think it's that good.
Yeah, I mean, that does show, yeah. Like, because to be honest, I think the Golden Bachelor was probably just like a test thing. I don't necessarily think they were
Expecting
at least from like when they were,
get.
yeah, like at least when coming up with the idea or like creating it, that they probably weren't. It was an experiment, I bet, and that's probably why they only gave it the like hour long.
Yeah,
runtime.
I could definitely see that now that it's done successfully.
Yeah,
make it 30 minutes every single show.
But you're right though, as far as like they need to like add an extra 30 minutes. That it's funny because it's gonna be like an extra like 15 minutes of commercials. Let's be real. So like an extra like 15
25
minutes,
minutes commercial.
29 you said, and 59 seconds. Yeah, I mean you're gonna be getting maybe like another like 20 minutes of Bachelor content for those episodes, and it's like, what are you gonna fill there? Because the show is based around either, you know, like
the group
like
dates.
love stories or like drama, you know?
Right. Yeah.
And so you're relying on like, I don't know, like, can you get like another 20, or I get technically 30 minutes, even though it's not really gonna be 30 minutes in the actual episode, of one of those from the cast. I'm not saying you can't, because I think Golden Bachelor still did prove that like the cast can still be, despite the age, cause drama and be like, oh my god.
Oh, there's always drama.
Yeah, I mean the Kathy and Teresa thing was fun. It also was not very long lasting though. I think it played across like two and a half episodes ish.
Yeah, I think only 2.
I think it was only 2
Very
as well.
quick.
And it didn't really take up the episode, and the episodes were only like an hour long in the first place. So it does make me again just like curious, like they must like, or do they have a different plan? Like, do you think it's going to be like, I think the like Golden Bachelor was also like a shorter process, like filming process as well. I don't know if it was for sure. I can't say that for sure. So, but if it was, do you think that was like that would also mean that they'll like do it longer this time as far as like filming? Like it'll be a longer process.
Yeah, that would make sense. They would try to match the actual Bachelor or Bachelorette.
Yeah. I mean, it does show though that I think they have a lot of hope and now like faith in this
series,
like
definitely.
like Golden, yeah. And especially with Golden Bachelorette is a success, even if it's like half.
Yeah, it's still
Because even if
much
it's
better.
like half as successful as Golden Bachelor, it's probably still on par with like
I
the
would say-
regular.
Yeah, I think probably more, a little more,
I still think
especially
so. Yeah.
since it's new. It just is.
Yeah, it's still new. But yeah, they'll probably ride with that, and that'll be their new like thing that they'll probably be putting a lot of like more, I don't know, just energy into. But we got a lot of news about that. The release or expected premiere is to be this fall. So it makes me curious though that
When do they
again,
start?
like as far as like filming, because I don't know how long it would be, and I don't know what the average amount of time from the end of filming till the show premieres is. I feel like it's at least like a couple months.
Yeah, definitely a couple months, because Joey's season like ended filming like at the beginning of the year, right?
I think it finished
Or
like
January.
late last year, and it started like the film or it started airing at the like end of January this year. I
Right.
think.
Yeah. So that was a couple months.
Yeah. Yeah. So if it's expected, what do you think fall means? You think that's like September, October?
Yeah.
It's one of those two,
late
for
September.
Sure. I think that's probably a good guess, like late September. But so if it's like a roughly 2-month filming process, like what do you think? Like that would mean they'd have to start like in like a month or two.
Yeah. Probably with the
Probably sooner.
like the beginning
like
of
2
summer,
months.
I
Yeah.
imagine.
Like beginning of summer. And then again, give it like a month or two before it like premieres. Yeah. That also did come with the news though. They like released their whole like lineup ABC did for like the shows they're doing this year. Bachelor in Paradise was not on it. It was just the Golden Bachelorette was the like one that they put out there.
Wow.
So I don't know what that means though, because I
Pour
don't
one
know if
out.
it means it's canceled. I feel like if they canceled it, they would probably
Announce that.
like give some sort of official statement.
Yeah. I guess it depends on like how popular it
Well,
is.
I mean like to permanently
Permanent.
cancel it. Like you
Right.
don't think that they would say something?
Well, they probably don't want to like just make that decision because now they can just keep it open. So where they could do more.
Well, and that's what I think they're doing.
I think they're-
like they're not doing it this year.
Yeah, and they might never unless
Yeah.
they get a good opportunity too.
But I think if they didn't do it again next year, you don't think that they would come out and say it though. Like, do you think, because people will likely be asking about it still next year?
Right. Yeah, I think by next year they would have to say it's canceled or say something about it.
I think they would have to at least say something on it. I got to be honest, I'm not all that upset about it not happening this year, which is for me is really sad because that part of the franchise, Bachelor in Paradise, when I first started watching the show, like I started on The Bachelor and then The Bachelorette and then Bachelor in Paradise happened. And I was like, this is like the best. This is the best one. This is my favorite one.
Yeah, it should be like just a crazy like celebration of all the people.
Yeah, the concept is the best.
Yeah, definitely.
It is arguably the best because it just has like the most popular people from every season, and you're just grouping them.
And
together.
has like inspired tons of other shows around it
yeah, that is fair to say. Yeah,
that have all outshined it in every single
yeah, that is true. It's kind of sad. It's like I would say you're right. It's probably given inspiration to so many of those other like beach type, like paradise type dating shows. And yet they're all now better.
Yeah, but since the only one I've seen is probably the worst one.
Yeah.
one.
Well, yeah, I've looked at like people hate that season. I didn't necessarily hate it, but I was like, this is not nearly as good as like the ones. And it's funny because I read that it seems people share the same sentiment I do, where it's like that Paradise is one of, if not the best, like part of the franchise,
Right,
or
yeah.
was at least at a certain point. And like even before I started watching is when people were saying that it was at its peak. And again, like the first season I watched was season like 7 of Bachelor in Paradise, and I don't even know if that one was considered like a great season either. But I still liked
good.
it. I still really liked it.
Yeah,
I was like, this is fun.
And they could also just not have the people for it. Like if Daisy doesn't want to do any, like she doesn't want to be in it, or
That's
she doesn't
true.
want to be in the Bachelorette, she probably doesn't want to be in that show.
Right.
And
Maria as
Maria.
well. Speaking of Maria too, like she also did like an interview recently where she said she got like the Bachelorette like job.
Yeah, that's surprising because
Like
that's what I was expecting.
Yeah.
I was expecting her to be a top contender.
Yeah, she said she was doing like all the like, I think it was like fittings or something for it, but she said it got like just like too overwhelming, I guess, and she's like she backed out of it and said she just couldn't handle it. Which I respect. If that is the truth, I can respect that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's kind of, I guess, how then Jen got selected. But we had that question. It's like, was she in the running? And
Right,
it's like,
yeah.
this does answer
I'm
it,
sure
but-
she got asked, and this makes sense then.
But yeah, and then I would assume the same thing. If she didn't want to do the Bachelorette, it's like, why?
She probably wouldn't want to.
Why
do
would you want to
Paradise?
do Paradise? And that is the thing with Paradise. It's like it's supposed to be like the fan favorites from like recent years.
Yeah,
And like
That's
from
the
these
best part.
past most recent seasons, like what would it be like? Charity season, and even though charity season was already on it, so it would technically be Joey season and then Jen season, which we haven't even seen yet.
Right. Yeah. Those would be the contenders.
Those would be the most recent contenders. Other than that, you'd have to go back like a year or two, and it's like, do you want to see any other people from charity season? Do you want to see any other people from a season that you've never seen before?
Yes. From a Canadian season.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're gonna just start like having to get
just random people
from like other seasons that people like, because I don't know if there's how many, like, again, I've been watching the show for like 4 or 5 years now, and I can't think of anyone from any of the seasons that I've watched that has not yet been on Paradise that I would want to see on it. Now, I could just like have like a bad memory, and that's probably the thing. It is just like recency bias, I would say, that like I just don't I only remember the people from the like most recent seasons mostly.
Yeah,
if someone
definitely.
like were to tell me like, oh hey, remember this person from like this season like 2 years ago, I'd be like, oh yeah, sure, why not? But I wouldn't think of them myself, is what I'm saying.
That's not who you would hope for.
Yeah. It would be a pleasant surprise, but I wouldn't be like, it wouldn't be, but that's probably just me. There's probably other people who are like, no, there's so many people that you're not thinking of that haven't been on the show, or that we would like to see again, get another shot in Paradise. And I'm just be like, okay, all right, I trust you. I trust you, but I just can't think of any myself.
I too think Jesse should be on it.
That would actually be very funny.
Pretty good.
I don't know. Is there anyone from charity season that you would want to see on it that wasn't on it? Or I guess even that was on last season that you would want to see again? You would just want to see Brayden again.
Yeah, I was going to say no one already on. Oh, no one on last season's Paradise again.
Yeah, so you don't. I agree. I don't want to see any of them again.
A new slate would be good.
Well, you are a big Aaron S. fan, right?
Yeah.
The man.
And
you like a little bit of FP as well.
Yeah. That would be fine to sprinkle in, but not to have like as your main. Maybe they come in mid-season.
They're like a side dish.
Good side dish. Just, what was his name? Caleb, the wrestler?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. I liked him, but it's like...
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Like, I cared about it back then, but not anymore.
Yeah, I mean... Well, so that's the thing. Now, the most recent season is Joey's season. None of them have obviously been on Paradise. But who would you want to see on it?
The Askin ladies.
That is true, man. I think a golden Paradise could be a thing.
That could work.
But if they're only going to do like one golden
a year,
it
would be hard to
It would be hard to do.
A mix.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that would mean you'd have to do like a golden Paradise every other year anyways.
Mm-hmm. Just mixing golden with...
Oh, I see. Then I think they should do it. Yeah, that's a great idea.
That would be good.
How many... Do you think any legitimate couples, like even just like for the time being while they're there, like I'm sure some like young people, or maybe even some of the older ones would just like play the game, just stay around and be like, I'll entertain.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't expect anything lasting, but you don't really with Paradise anyway.
Yeah, no, I mean this past season did not give anyone like hope for like,
you're not expecting anything anymore.
Real relationships from this.
But if you get enough of each,
that would be fun.
That could be fun.
Yeah, the only people I can think of from like Joey's season would be Maria or Daisy. I guess Rachel, just because she's recent, but I also like nothing against Rachel, but she was never like a top person that I was constantly thinking of. I actually did like her when we saw her, and I feel bad for her because she got kicked in the face.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Yeah. All right, yeah, I'm changing my... I want to see, all the top 3 that... or the top 4 that all did not get chosen, but I don't think any of them would do
Would
it.
want it, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think any of them would want to do it. So it's like you got to take all the people that didn't make it as far. You got to take like, I don't know, like
The
Sydney.
brain. Yeah.
Oh God.
Flashback.
PTSD. Oh gosh. Yeah, that would.
Probably just end up the same.
I got to be honest with you. Again, I think they don't have like any great ideas. Just do a crazy one. Do all of the people that
agree.
are hated in just one season of Paradise. Make it like 4 episodes long, because we probably won't be able to stand it past that. But like, yeah, do like the top 1 or 2 most hated people from each season in the past like 5 years.
Whoa. And then you could do like most loved in the 5 years too.
Yeah. You could combine them on the season where it's like, you better hope that like Daisy doesn't pick like fucking who's the cheater on Charity season?
Oh,
Xavier.
Yeah.
Even though aside from the but no, he was so weird about it. So yeah, no, that's probably the pick. It's probably the pick.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's like, we love Daisy.
Don't you hurt our Daisy.
Yeah, I don't know if we love Xavier. Or taking like Sydney and then being like, yeah, sorry, but like Dotton just like got broken up with from Charity. He's gonna go in Paradise. Sydney's gonna go after him. No.
Yeah, that would be wild. I would like that.
That would be fun.
I would like that.
But yeah, that's a wild idea though, that I think would be like, that's an experiment to see like, they'd have to play their like roles though too, because it's like, if you get like someone who's like hated on their season and goes in and tries to be like very likable, I mean, they'll either succeed or it'll just be like difficult to watch in like a cringe way.
Yeah, but I think that could be entertaining in its own way. In its own way, especially like combining all the people and seeing like their reactions to each other.
Yeah. Yeah, I always like it when sort of disliked or villains, so to speak, have like a redemption on Paradise, but I also like it when like well-liked people kind of get called out for being like an asshole on like Paradise. Because I don't think that like, you know, like Kat last season, Paradise, right. I don't remember, I know you didn't see the season, but I don't remember her being like crazy
like she was there,
like she was in Paradise on her season. I think there was like 1 or 2 episodes where she got into drama and like arguments with people, so I guess that's not the best example, but like a best example would be from like 2 or 3 years ago, where a top contender on Tayshia's season, I know you don't know this name, of The Bachelorette, very well liked, and he left the show voluntarily because he didn't think he was ready for like engagement or something like that. And then he goes on to the following season of Paradise
and gets engaged.
And no, worse, is like supposedly already in like relationship with someone outside the show, goes into the show, and then is like talking to this other girl, just leading her on until the one that he's actually with shows up, and then just like breaks things off with the other one.
Wow.
Yeah, total dick move.
Yeah, that is extremely weird.
I like that too.
Yeah.
Because that was fun. It was fun to like, you're like, whoa,
now
I thought this guy
TV.
was cool. It turns out he's a bit of a dude.
Yeah. Wow. That is pretty wild. I want to watch that.
Yeah, that would be fun.
I want more of that.
I want the like craziness.
I hate it. I want it.
But I can't take too much of it though either.
Yeah,
that's
what
I'm saying. Like only a few episodes. You couldn't have like a 13 episode
No,
season.
you couldn't like do a full thing.
It'd have to be like maybe
1
8
episode.
episodes. Yeah, 1 episode. And it's like 5 minutes long. They don't even like show up. They all just get like too pissed off and they just leave.
Argue for a little bit.
You're like, no, I can't do
I
this.
can't. Yeah, I know.
I can't be here.
Everyone leaves.
Yeah, that's good. But so, are you excited for Jen? Her like teaser promo dropped today. It didn't show anything except her like playing like a
Jen?
claw machine for like stuffed husbands.
Wow.
Yeah,
That makes
I think they
sense.
were like dead people, like and like they were like taxidermy. No,
Wow.
it was like
Those replicas of the contestants.
yeah, Brett and like
Mark.
Mark. Think of some
Thomas.
other Thomas, Braden,
Aurelius.
Xander. What's some other like new age name? Cornelius. Yeah, they were all in.
They're all there. They were all there. Who'd she pick?
I think she just unplugged the claw machine and like
She
walked
left.
away. Dropped her rose and stomped on it. No, July 8th though. So we got like a month and a half to go. I am excited. Ish. No, I am excited. I will say, knowing that it's gonna be like 2 hours though, it is hard to get behind though. I'm even coming. It's funny. I'm even coming off of the like burnout, you know, of like watching it every week for like 2.5 months at the time, and it was even weird. Like, you know, we had the Bachelor in Paradise and the Golden Bachelor, and then like we had like a month before Joey's season like started, so it was like there wasn't much of a break. And now since Joey's season, we've had like it's already been like 2 months, and we still got like another
a much
2 to
longer
go.
break. But is it enough?
I think by the end of it, it will have me being like, I need my fix. I need my fix of the Bachelor.
I could use a little
I'm itching.
a little rose.
I'm itching.
Rose ceremony. I could have Jesse say this is the final rose to me a couple more times.
I like walk down a garden and like smell roses and like just start like
Salivating.
like twitching.
You just grab it by the thorns. You don't even care.
Yes.
I need the rose.
I will accept it as like blood runs down my arm. I'm like people looking at me like, oh, we need to call the police. I accept it. I accept it, Jen. I am looking forward to it. I have appreciated the time off though, again, because of the quick turnaround after Gary and Bachelor in Paradise, which Bachelor in Paradise especially fucking drained me.
Yeah, back to back.
With also the Golden Bachelorette, I actually do think I'll be able to appreciate it more with no bullshit following afterwards for 2 hours.
Yeah, I agree.
No paradise.
It won't ruin my experience.
It won't ruin the moment. Like I said, if
Be
you're
able to savor it without the trash.
yeah, it won't smell like someone's like I don't know, like dumped an entire landfill into like through my TV into my like living room. Yeah, no, I think I will be able to appreciate it more. I think if they ever do bring back Paradise and if they have it running at the same time as any of the other parts of the franchise, whether it's especially if it's a Golden Bachelor or Bachelorette, you have to do Paradise first. You have to air it first because
I agree.
Get the crap out of the way.
That should definitely be a first.
And then like redeem it a little bit. Redeem it.
But I wonder if it's because of the numbers. Maybe there's more people watching The Bachelor.
Oh, I guarantee there are.
And then they want people to like run.
Well,
like,
I'm pretty sure the
keep
Golden
watching.
Bachelor got like the best ratings
Oh,
out of
yeah.
the entire franchise in like years. Like
Definitely.
years.
Yeah, definitely, I imagine.
And Bachelor in Paradise, I think, got some of the literal worst like ever. And so
Okay, that makes sense.
it's not surprising. But again, I think that one has so much potential to just be better. And I don't know if it's like the maybe it was the cast. I will say it was probably, I just don't think they had a great cast last
Yeah,
season.
no, I think a big portion of it was the cast.
But I am curious just if the like production side behind it, like
I feel like they
producers.
could have done more.
I think so too. This is almost where I want like more, not interference, but like where you can tell like it's more like, I don't know, structured. They've like put more into it instead of just like letting all of these like somewhat likable to mostly unlikable people in front of us, just like free roam.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Follow them around.
And not unlikable in like a fun way. A lot of them were kind of just like
Boring.
on the boring side. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, just like mix the bag up a little bit. Have them like do things that could potentially cause entertainment.
Like have them like
Sack race.
yeah. Have them like balance an egg on a spoon and like run across the beach.
Now we're talking. For the
That's
first
not
date.
romantic.
Yeah. Perfect first date.
Yeah. Let them go to like Waffle House. Forage for mushrooms. We've already talked about this. These are the best date ideas.
They just need to use them.
We don't want to see them like going to dinner and talking. We want to see them going to a movie theater, watching a movie, not being able to say anything to each other.
They are not allowed to communicate the entire date.
They should like do a thing where they like send two people on a date, but they don't know who they're on a date with. They like blindfold them, and like every first interaction they have to be blindfolded, and it's like a full-on date, but like they're not allowed to say their name, and they can't take the like blindfolds.
They never get to know.
But you know it's someone from like Bachelor Nation, so it's like you have like people in your head who you like hope to see, and it's like, oh, I hope I get to see Daisy. Is this Daisy? It's like, no, it was Sydney.
Oh no.
Yeah,
that would be good. That would be really good.
And with that, watch Love Is Blind.
Might have to watch that.
Yeah.
Someone should do a podcast on that.
Yeah. This is Love Is Actually.
Love is seeable.
Love Is Seeable is the name of our next podcast. What else is going on in the world?
Politically or
I didn't. I will back away. What you? This will be a one-man podcast.
this is like a politically? Like a Fox and Friends. Let's see.
You still been balling out?
Little ball. Yeah, I've been watching the ball.
I watch balls on occasion. I also watch the NBA.
Oh, got him.
Got him. A
He got him.
classic joke. I've been keeping up though. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Conference finals.
They've been pretty good.
Yeah.
They've been really
We
good.
just finished the first Nuggets, or not.
Oh no.
Oh no.
He said the trigger word.
As a somewhat of a Nuggets fan, I don't really have a favorite team, but I do like them.
Yeah, was rooting for
Yeah,
him.
it's sad to say. I was
They
expecting
are not with
them
us anymore.
to win. They are no longer with us in the tournament.
They've gotten devoured by wolves.
They got eaten alive, swallowed up. But yeah, we finished the Mavericks Timberwolves game. That was
That was
what
good
a
game.
fun game to
What
watch.
a crazy game.
And yesterday, or was it yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday.
I missed. Yeah,
Celtics,
I
which was
missed the
also
Celtics
pretty
pace. Yeah,
crazy.
it was crazy, dude.
Even
Overtime,
crazier.
first overtime of the playoffs,
Yeah.
and I fucking miss it. I'm pissed.
Yeah, you're
Also,
just
the
too
Pacers.
overtime.
I mean, come on. Who would have thought?
I know. Least likely team.
Yeah, no, it's great. They're
That was
all
good.
playing so like good too. Also, some of them play horribly but get away with it. But well, that's more the players, I guess.
Yeah,
Some of them-
overall though, it was pretty insane. Like the Pacers did beat the who did they beat?
The Knicks.
The Knicks, yeah,
Oh,
by like
yeah.
setting a new shooting record
Yeah,
in the playoff finals.
and they were killing. They were
Pretty wild
pacing.
at their home court at the Garden.
Madison Square Garden. Yeah,
Pretty wild. Which was like the first finals they had like since '95
my
at
gosh.
Square Garden. Got beat. They won, I think, last time.
And this is the first time I think that the Timberwolves make it made
Yeah.
it to the conference finals. So props to them.
I know. That is really cool
Anthony
to see.
Edwards is a beast, but also somewhat of an inconsistent beast. He's not consistently.
Yeah. He has his off games.
Yeah, it's been fun though. I don't know who to choose anymore as far as who I think is going to win, or even like who I hope wins, because I kind of like all the teams that are left.
Yeah, they're all.
Except the Celtics. No, I don't even dislike the Celtics. It's more so just like I think at this point they're still a pretty heavy favorite, but they've been a heavy favorite like the entire season. So it's kind of like, yeah, I kind of like I want them to lose.
Right.
I'm rooting for the downfall.
Yeah, of the number 1 seed.
Yeah, I mean, which is kind of sad too, because like the Nuggets, even though they weren't the number 1 seed,
Right,
they were the number 2 seed, and they were the champs from last year. So it's like we should technically be rooting for like a new team to win.
The other ones.
But I don't know. The Nuggets are so likable. I love Nikola Jokic.
Yeah,
Just, like,
the players.
They're great. But I like
Get to know them.
I like all the like star players on all the remaining teams. So it's funny though.
Yeah, I don't have anyone to really
any of
root
these
against.
teams though will be like any of the like stars will be getting their like first ever rings.
Yeah.
So it's very exciting.
That is really cool.
It makes me want to go outside and like play basketball.
Join the NBA.
Yeah, exactly. But then I realized like I go outside, I shoot a shot from like 2 feet away, and I like hit the rim, and it smacks me in the face on the way back down. I'm like, all right, I'll go back inside now.
Classic. Or get stuck between it.
Wedgies against the backboard.
And you're too short to reach it.
I can't dunk, so I can't. Yeah, I can't even like.
Just mocks you.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you wanted to play? How about buying a new ball?
Come back next time, bozo.
Yeah. That's all I got.
That is all I got as well.
All right. It's been a fun week.
It's been pretty good.
What's your name again?
Vic,
What's my age again?
23.
Yeah. Wow. Good
Yeah,
guess.
I know.
Thank you.
Wow.
Uh,
The state looks down on you in sodomy.
I feel like I've just been, can't finish that joke. Nope. Yeah,
Classic line.
Someone just hung up. This has been Jamie.
This has been Vic.
This has been like,
What's my podcast again?
yeah, exactly. Where can the
viewers,
where
the
can our
fans.
fans hear us or watch it? No, not quite yet. Maybe someday.
Watch our voice?
You can watch our
At
voice at
Spotify,
Apple Podcasts,
Google Podcasts.
Podbean,
Whoa.
We love Podbean.
Pandora Cast.
iHeartCast, Castbox,
Castbox. Now we're talking YouTube.
Safari, Google. just Google it, see what
Yahoo.
happens.
Do a little Ask Jeeves.
Reddit. We're probably not on
Oprah?
there. It's probably better. 4chan. Oh God. YouTube. Like literally.
3 words done 1.
You're gonna confuse the people. They already struggle enough.
All right. 2 words.
Combined into one word.
That was originally 3.
Yeah. So it's overall 1 3-word, 1 word. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Like
If that
literally no spaces.
Yeah. Put the spaces in and then remove them.
Yeah. And then remove them. And then click enter. Click on the video. Click the thumbs up button. Click the subscribe button. Click the comment button and say,
My favorite podcast. Thank you. And then click the X before you listen to it.
comment your favorite.
NBA player you want to see on The Bachelor.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's great. Comment your favorite convicted felon.
That you want to see on The Bachelor.
Oh, no.
Why not?
Comment your
I'm not
favorite
saying not.
primate. Yeah.
I do like that.
Yeah, that's good.
I do like that.
I might go see the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes movies. That's why I'm saying that too.
I do like that.
They're
as
just
well.
so relatable.
I know. Finally, I can relate to the people I see on the movies.
Like, I'm about to turn this into a documentary.
How do they get footage of me? You go into the grocery store. How do they get that?
This is just like a video of me and my friends like hanging out. And with that said,
Yeah.